Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to go through some few pairs over here and we'll see how the markets will be forming for next week. Okay, so we are having euro dollar, dollar Swiss franc, Aussie card, euro Aussie, US 30, and a bonus one which is Netherlands 25. Okay, if you trade indices, probably you have heard of this one, Netherlands 25, but the most common ones are Nasdaq, US 30, and S&P 500, and also German 30. It's popular, but for Netherlands 25 is not that popular. I usually trade most indices: Netherlands 25, France 40, ESP. I trade a lot of indices, but for you guys I'm going to add Netherlands 25 over here. Okay, so let's start with euro dollar on a daily chart. This one is a downtrend, so you can just invert this one. So we have this area that the price is currently tapping. Okay, we have this area price is currently tapping at, and you can get this pattern over here. This one looks good. Let's see. Nice. The pattern is complete. The pattern is complete, so we just need to go down to a lower time frame. We get our confirmation on this pattern. Yeah, we just need to get a confirmation on this pattern. Let's see if it's really complete. Is it? Let's go down to a lower time frame. Let's see what you can have over here. First and foremost, if you just take a look at this area has been moving quite descending type of way. You can see the way the market has been pushing to the downside over there. So from the weekly, I can just draw this trend line over here, because this is the trend that have been touched most of the time and it has failed to pass it. So it can easily again tap this trend line and then continue again to the downside. Never know. Okay, and if I were to draw the downside, we'll have this one. Yeah, we'll have this one. So you can see this is the channel that the price is currently at. Let's go down to the daily, see if we can refine this pattern. Yeah, like that. Nice. So with this pattern, we have a complete retouch pattern on this pattern, even though the best pattern that we could have come up with would have started probably from these levels over here. And you can see with this one, it will not have been complete because we didn't have that touch over there. So if this pattern is complete and is to push to the upside, I'll adjust it to this area, because this is the pattern that played out. Yeah, this is the one that played out, so I'll just adjust it to these levels over there. Let's go to a forward chart to see what can get from there. You can see the price broke a little bit this key area, pushed up, came back to that same value, the key area, and then pushed again to the upside. So for us, what we need to do, the fact that we are pushing to the upside and we have just broken this, let's just go to 1 hour so you can see it clearly. Let me remove this. We have broken a key area, a broken structure, I mean, from these levels. Okay, you can see from here we had a lower low and a lower high, so we can't count this as a key area because this lower low that was made did not pass this low, so it's within this range still. Okay, so we did made a lower high over here, then we make a lower low, but instead of making another lower high, we broke structure over here. So we did expect the price to push to the inside before pushing up to the upside. So let's see if we can come up with the order block, see if the market came back to that order block. Let's see if we can get an order block. This was the first order block, which was a nice entry. This one was the first one. The price did tap it and push to the upside, so you can't count this one again. Let's look for another one. It's quite hard to look for an order block right now, but if I'm to use the trend line technique, as I told you guys, trend line usually tend to cut close to those order blocks. So you can just be using the trend lines to locate those order blocks. So with this one, you can see this trend line did cut around these levels over here. Yeah, around these levels. So let's just go to 15 minutes to see if we can get something from that area. Okay, so it's either this red candle or this one over here. So for me, I'm going to take this one because this is the last one before that impulsive push to the upside. I'll take that area, and looking at it, it already tapped and moved to the upside. Okay, so you could have taken this trade from these levels, of which it was a nice entry, but the way the price is moving, I'm seeing it pushing back down one more time up to this area, then before you continue to the upside. Yeah, this is what I'm seeing, because my order block, most of the time I usually draw them on the bodies and not the wicks. So if I'm to draw this properly, I will have just moved this close to the body like this. Yeah, to the body right there. And you see this one, it nearly missed it. It didn't tap that body of that candle. So I'm expecting this price to push to the downside again. So currently I'm seeing that the price has already started to do that, because you can see we had let's just go back to 15. You can see we made a new higher high. Okay, after this one we made a higher high, higher low, and a new higher high. So the fact that we broke this previous lower high, it means that there is a break of structure again. So with that in mind, we can't come back. We can't come with a order block from lower time frame than 15 minutes from this area, which I know is we can get it, but I want to go into lower time frame than this. So probably the order block would probably be around these levels over here. Okay, around these levels. So this price currently is moving to the downside nicely. So what I'm expecting is this price to continue pushing to the downside. Corrective, if it's corrective, it will be a better one, and then we push again to the upside. Yeah, so this is the correction that I want to take coming next week. Okay, I'm going to take this trade over here. Actually, I'll just take it on the market. Immediately the market opens, and I'll trade it all the way to this area. Then from this area is where I look for my buys. Okay, my buy setups. Okay. So this pair looks good, and most dollar pairs looks good. So we'll see how this one goes. If this one forms to be a correction, then potentially you might get another drop to the downside. But we'll see how the price will form over there. So watch out on these euro sales over here, then potential buys from these lows over here. Okay, let's go to USD Swiss franc. USD Swiss franc from the daily. You can see this market has been pushing with quite aggressive moves. Yeah, it has been quite aggressive, and from here, from this big candle over here, probably is the reason why this price was pushing to the upside, because this candle was too big over here. So if I go down to a lower time frame, let's try and look for an order block, and we can take this level over here to have an area. Order block will be this level, because this is the area that this candle started to push to the downside aggressive. So with that, you can come up again with a pattern. Let's see. From these levels, we have this lovely pattern. So as I said, guys, if an order block lines up nicely with the pattern, it's usually a very nice indication that this price will play according to our focus. So we had a lovely, this one was an exact double top. This one was a double top and the price pushed to the downside, but currently this price is moving to the upside, and I get it why is that you can see this aggressive push to the downside. So probably we might be correcting it, and then we continue the move to the downside. So let's go down to a lower time frame. We see an order block. So let's get rid of this bigger order block, and this one you can see our order block is quite clean on this one. So that's the order block over there. So I'll be expecting this price to continue pushing to these levels. Then that's where we'll get our overall sales to the downside. Yeah, So this one looks actually better than Euro USD, and we are going to see how they form. So this one, there'll be short-term buys also, but the distance, the risk reward is not that good, so I rather take that one on Euro USD and then wait on this one for the sales. Okay, wait on this one for the sales, because this pattern looks good actually. Yeah. And next, let's go through Aussie CAD. Let's start from the daily chart. You can see Aussie CAD has been pushing to the downside, quite corrective. Okay, this move has been quite corrective all the way, but again, despite this move over here being corrective, we also have this move over here which is also corrective. Yeah, it's also corrective. So let's go down to a 4-hour to see which pattern we can come up with. Let me just invert this, because the overall move, both down move and up move, are corrective. So potentially this shows that the price is not ready to push on this direction. Okay, instead it will push again to the opposite direction before we get that clear push. Okay, so with this correction, let's see if we can come up with a pattern. Okay, I'm seeing this one. Yeah, which is complete. You can see this pattern is a complete pattern. Let me just invert it back. Yeah, this pattern looks nice. And now what we want is this pullback to see if it has ended or not. So we can take this area as our order block, these levels over here, and the price has currently tapped that level over there. So for me, this pattern is almost ready for buys again, because we even broke a key area over here. We broke this lower high, so there is high chance that this price might start to push again to the upside very, very soon. In fact, this one can even happen on Monday. Yeah, can even happen on Monday, and our 90% rule will be over here. Yeah, so I'm expecting that push. So what you should do, I'm not seeing yet a proper reversal candlestick pattern on 1 hour. So perhaps if we play around these levels, then it gives us a nice reversal candlestick. We'll wait for that reversal candlestick and then we'll take that trade to the upside. Yeah. So this one also looks good and so close. This one also so close. So watch out on this one also. This one looks so good, guys. These trades, most of them, they just kick off from Monday or Tuesday, so better watch out on this one, because I know most of our trades usually start to kick off on Thursdays. Yeah, on Thursdays. But for these ones, I'm seeing them starting Monday or Tuesday. Next, let's go through Euro Aussie. With Euro Aussie, the market has been okay. Let's see. You can see from this push over here. Okay, from this push, the market has to correct it, then we continue to the downside. Yeah, if it's to push to the downside, and currently I'm seeing it pushing to the downside again, just because we have broken the low. Okay, we have broken this low. So that's why I'm seeing another potential move to the downside, because we have broken this low. But at the same time, guys, we did break this high. Okay, so before this move happened, if you could have seen this high broken, of course you could have waited for this pullback and take these buys, but you could have been taken out, or maybe a break even, depending on how the price formed on lower time frame. So seeing this break of high and break of low, it was a clear indication that this price was forming an expanding pattern. So expanding patterns are the patterns that will most of the time take you out if you are looking for this break of structure, because expanding pattern break both to the upside and to the downside. So you can see this one on a weekly chart, the pattern looks clean. Pattern looks so clean, and we're having this lovely 3-touch pattern, expanding one, of which we are approaching the 3rd touch very aggressive. Okay, very aggressive. And if we are to look on the left, let's see on our order block over here, we can take these levels. Okay, this last green candle over here, so we can take this one as our order block and see how the market will react from that level. You can see it's just close to that 3rd touch over there. So we'll see how the price goes over here. If the price gives us a third touch without tapping that area, then we'll have to wait extra confirmation over here. And so this extra confirmation is the one that will enter with this one over here, because we, from this third touch, we won't have any other confluence of this trade. We will only have a pattern. Okay, we'll only have a pattern, but we need a pattern plus our value area. Okay, so watch out on this one also. It's approaching our very major area, and this one is going to be another good swing. So watch out on this one, guys. This one is going to be a nice one. Watch out on this one. Next, let's talk about indices. Start with US 30. Indices have been pushing to the downside for a while now, but let's just come up with a pattern that we are currently forming. Okay, so first we had this pattern over here. We had this pattern which pushed the price to the downside but didn't fully commit. Okay, it didn't fully commit to the downside, and again it broke to the upside, breaking this key area. Okay, it broke this key area and pushed to the upside. So me seeing this break of structure, I want to see this price pushing back. Okay, I want to see this price pushing back. Okay, so let's take a look if we can get a pattern. Let me just invert it back. Yeah, I can take this. Yeah, so this is the pattern I can see on US 30, and it actually looks good. This is the pattern I can see on US 30, and it's actually is looking so nice. So on US 30 and most indices, there is nothing much actually to do except to wait on this third touch over here. Okay, so I'll be waiting for this third touch probably on Wednesday or Thursday. We'll see how this price will form, but when you get this third touch, I'll wait for that push to the upside followed by a correction for confirmation entry. Okay, so this is what I'll be focusing on US 30. US 30 probably has the best, the closest pattern. This one is way closer to the third touch than most of them. So I'll be looking to see how the price will form down here upon reaching this third touch. Yeah, upon reaching that third touch. Next, let's go through Netherlands 25, which is the bonus that I added. With Netherlands 25, this one for me it's a bit clean to look at, because we have these recent outcome points over here, which is quite easy to draw the pattern from. You can see we have this. You can see with this one is way much visible. It's very much visible to see this pattern over here. So with Netherlands 25, as I've said, guys, most indices will have same setups. Okay, so we'll just have to wait for this drop up to this level, push up, pull back, and then we enter the trade for swing. Because this one I'll taking it as a swing. Most indices I usually trade them on swings only. I don't trade on indices most of the time. If I take a trade, I usually focus on a swing. So if that swing doesn't play out, I just usually wait for another setup for the swing potential. Yeah, so this pair also looks nice, and we'll see how the price will form in the course of the week. Okay, in the course of the week. So that's it for this week, guys. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Comment down below which pair I should add for next week analysis. Okay, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers, guys.